Back to Clark. Across the timeline they go. Going in. Vermont back around. Scott McWilliams of the fence. Dan Seglio will take his man behind the goal as Vermont patiently moves it around counterclockwise. Split dodge.
I would expect Virginia played a lot of zone against Syracuse. I would imagine that Virginia will come out and play good pressure man-to-man against Vermont, try to get them, push them a little bit hard, get them to get in that 30-second stalling call.
Around the cage, Vermont goes. Top of the key now. Patrick Clark with the ball. He'll rotate it around.
And the stall call is now on. Vermont will have 30 seconds to get a shot on cage.
Virginia very disciplined in their second possession on defense. The time is ticking now on Vermont.
The pressure by Blake Riley, forcing the ball behind the goal, keeping Vermont obviously. We haven't seen the 10-second count now. It started in an interception.
Virginia's looking to run right now. McWilliams is going to look ahead to Nick O'Reilly. Pinnell now with the ball. He's going to find Owen Van Arsdale. Virginia looking for the quick one. And Van Arsdale's pass inside, deflected, but Virginia retains possession. It'll be White. Spinning around, he's going to look to shoot. He'll rip one. And the save made, but Virginia still in possession.
Might have caught a little bit of pipe, too.
What'd she say?
White now. Finds O'Reilly. Shot saved by Vermont. Good look from Nick O'Reilly there, but Justin Rosenberg
shouldn't have to.
Save, and Vermont will look to clear.
I'm watching it here.
We've seen a couple of freshman goalies this year, Drexel, an outstanding goalie. And again, the trend seems to be playing young goalies this year.
Give it to him! Oh!
Coaches having confidence in playing freshman goalies.
No, they missed an unbelievable opportunity.
Looking to make it happen.
Vermont.
That final third.
You can only watch it on
didn't
one.
log out over
You
there?
can only watch it on one computer.
I don't know. It pushed me out and had me going to ads.
It could be because it's only...
It said you can only have one user.
Tag now heading towards the crease.
Goal.
Look at a shot off, but the save is made by Virginia, and they will look to clear.
Nice defense.
Long upfield.
Is it bigger?
Here
or
comes
does it look
Pinnell.
bad bigger?
Pinnell dishes. Van Arsdale to the middle. O'Reilly, and give it to him. Number 2 for Virginia on the day, and it was bing, bing, bing. 3 passes, and the finish by Nick O'Reilly.
So the ball gets to Roddy Heller on a nice defensive play at the end by Harry Previous. He gets the ball that quick to Bobby Hill, who pretty much took off on the ground ball. He hits Owen Van Arsdale, cut across the crease, nice look inside. Owen so far.
Tangling forward, and the Scar's going to come away with it. Vermont with another win on the face-off.
Throw it away.
An errant pass right there, all the way outside the touchline. Again, Virginia's going to try to go and hurry up.
Quick start.
And O'Reilly will feed.
Is that Chase?
And again, but with Virginia, Tanner Onbright stays in the break as he was a face-off wing, and because of the quick turnover he stayed in, was actually standing on the crease, almost had a goal on the feed from
Run!
Too much to handle there as Vermont will look to clear at 8:51 left in the first.
Last year this game was 16-10, so this is a great opportunity for Vermont, playing certainly one of the top teams in the country. They come down here. As I said, their coach, Ryan Curtis, played for Dom. It was an outstanding player here.
Part of the 1999 National Championship run. One of the staple players on that team.
So, for Vermont, this is
They started
an
off the
opportunity
announcement
game,
saying
and they're going to be
Vermont
excited. And again, Virginia's
Virginia has
not
never
motivated,
lost to
and maybe
Vermont.
still feel a bit of a hangover, so to speak, from their game against Syracuse. Vermont's going to push.
Drew Billy will dish off. Vermont looking for more here, down 2-1.
I think that
8:10 left
multiple
in the first
camera
quarter.
angles. You should dish
Take a
it.
shot!
Rotation spin towards the goal shot, and that's going to whistle wide from Drew Philly there, second leading goal scorer, and tied for the points lead for Vermont, 8 on the year.
Their attack, Graham Horvath and Philly are both outstanding attackmen, and again, there's some experience there. One is a junior, Horvath a junior, and Philly is a senior. So
nice save
for Vermont.
And as you say, that great save. Once again, Heller stalling the opposition. Vermont will keep it. Philly will rotate it around.
Oh, come on.
Pennell. James Pennell. They put him on. Oh, who's the number one?
Horvath will rip a shot. It looked like it had a chance, but scooped up by Heller. Virginia will take the possession.
Might have hit him in the leg. For a minute, he couldn't locate it, but again, positioning is so important for a goaltender. So even though he may not have been able to see the shot, he was in the right place. The ball hit his leg, and again, Roddy gets it out, gets the possession for Virginia. Running with the second midfield now, you've got Streep.
Why is Chase going behind
Matt
the net?
Harbison coming in. And also you're going to see Matt Florence run with that second group.
Virginia now will rotate it around. He'll go behind cage. 2-1 your score here. 6:45 left in the first quarter. Pass inside, the rip will go. The save made by Rosenberg.
Nice save by Rosenberg. And again, Virginia mixing up their midfielders. You got Walrath, Florence, and Charlie Streep. Virginia's still looking for some different combinations, an opportunity to give some guys some looks coming into the.
That was a great play that they got the defenseman to drop down and then they threw it up over the cage to
They
the
obviously
top.
need some offenses in the midfield.
It was a good look by Streep, but
Good
a
shot.
better save.
Yeah, Rosenberg right on it, off stick side. Big save. That's the toughest one for a goalie, that off stick side shot, right off the hip.
Man, he's had a huge
On now on the attack.
Off
Still
stick
rotated
side.
We'll dish it off, get it right back.
Stick, yeah, that's a hard save.
What does that mean?
Little gust of wind here at Clocker
Yeah.
Stadium,
Oh.
but nowhere near the conditions we've seen this year.
So not like last Tuesday.
So the Cavs have gone into the snowy mountains, you could say, at Stony Brook. They've had the controlled environment last game against Syracuse, and the torrential downpour, which was the Mount St. Mary's game, which has actually moved over to the turf field.
Right now you got Carl Wyrath on defense.
Yeah,
And again,
that's
this
They're
is
playing in
a
rain.
situation where Carl, if he's going to be a midfielder, a converted attackman from Haverford School, he's going to need to be able to play at both ends. It's all call on.
Philly gets checked, he'll spin around it. The dish is scooped up by Vermont.
Down below, down below, down below.
Again, with the 30-second violation, there's no longer a box limitation. You can go outside the box now with the 30-second stall warning on.
Drilling in now.
Fire.
Vermont will rotate it in. Ground ball is picked up by the Cavaliers.
Nice check by Harry Previous inside. Again, the offense is forced to take some chances and try to make some tough feeds and tough shots, and that's what that new stall warning is meant to do, is to force the offense to.
Come on, save Vermont, just turned the ball over.
Contact there on the clear. Bobby Hill went to ground and lost control of the ball back to Vermont.
The one thing we're going to see probably with the Vermont team is not as much depth as Virginia. You're going to see a lot of a first midfield get most of the runs, and the second group come in and give them a break and run the offense. Virginia with a long defensive situation, obviously with the loss on the clear, Virginia had to keep that defensive midfield on with Tanner Scales, Carl Walrath, and Bobby Hill.
Have to be cold.
Slide it over Philly. Look over.
They need to create a little bedlam in the front.
Curling into the cage. Shot.
2-2!
For Vermont, too. They've equalized here now with 8 goals on the season. Ian Horvath both with 8. As Vermont scoops up another ground ball, and they've got possession again.
And Mascara doing a nice job at the center X.
Trying to lengthen their lead right now, 3-2, as they rotated around the cage. Kanovich.
And already has a goal. they like to play Drew Philly up top with that offense and then dodge with their midfielders from the wing line, the goal line extent.
So it's by Emery, the save there by Heller off the pick. Rob Emery a little bit late getting back around, but Vermont not going to make a pay yet.
And a nice save by Roddy.
Philly now with the ball.
It's funny to see Philly.
Go, 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 go!
Take a shot!
Vermont going to rip one, and that one's going to sail high into the left.
You know, for people who maybe listen, we can't see what Vermont is doing is do a little pick and roll right off the goal line, a little bit above the goal line extended, and they're doing a lot of that to pick and then trying to get Virginia to switch. And when they get the matchup, they're going to dodge the matchup they like. A lot of times it'll be the short stick. It's like a 1-4 set.
Do you think that's something Ryan specifically?
Philly now.
It's not something they've been doing.
How much does he change his
Rotate
strategy
around.
team by team?
I don't think we've played that move before.
Inseglio
It doesn't look
defending
familiar.
behind the
Do you think
cage.
that's 'cause
Now we
he
got
knows
Rob Emery
something about the way this
rotated
team
behind,
works,
but
so-
again looking for that short stick dodge.
So like as a coach,
On the attack now. Go rotate it around counterclockwise. Back to the top of the key. It'll be Philly.
Surprised we let me have the stall call yet.
2 seconds left on the clock. And that's going to be the buzzer there. So Vermont unable to get a quality shot in their final possession. And we're going to go
To the side, Derek Bragg decided to go back to the offense. Where Emery looked like obviously they were trying to make a midline switch, and you're going to see that a lot because the poles are good enough to handle this. Sometimes they'll fake going to the midline and then run back in the offense. A little bit of 6-on-5 for Vermont. Fortunately, we're not able to convert.
Patrick Clark now. We'll have one going in. Ball at the crease and it's picked up by Dan Seglio.
Great save by Roddy.
And Laundry goes on the field.
So we got a flag down, slow whistle situation. Tanner Ottenbrod coming back with a little bit of a limp. He may have gotten slashed.
Previous on the ball right now, and he'll hand off to White. Matt White running through midfield.
And again, with new rules, it used to be a foul. The defensive end would kill the flag. Now, any flag down situation, they get the full field, and the defense either has to get a full possession or there's something that goes out of bounds, or maybe a violation on the offensive team. So Virginia could have a long possession. Ryan Tucker first run. Sat out the first quarter, playing in the second.
Same with Mark Conkerton, who's on the ball right now, the leading goal scorer in the nation. And he'll knife in. Shot by Conkerton, and it didn't take him long, Doug. Goal number 41.
Defense, because when he's in the game, it just forces defenders to have to turn and look and see what he's doing all the time. And again, he's not afraid because of his style of play to go challenge sometimes 2 defenders.
Mascara and Parks at it again, and Mascara's going to come up with the ground ball.
Again, facing off is certainly a lot of technique, and sometimes it's just rhythm. And as I said, Parks had all the rhythm going for him on Friday night at Mascara, whatever his move is, whether it's the ability to pull the ball out or the quickness of his hands. But he seems to be winning the face-offs and winning them clean.
Three-your score here in the second quarter, 12:34 remaining. Shots are 15-6 right now in favor of Vermont.
And that just tells you pretty much the amount of time that Vermont has been running and staying on offense.
Duck in, duck in!
Had possession through their face-off man, the most important person to thank there. Bukanovich driving towards goal, looking to shoot. He's going to turn it back around.
And Vermont very satisfied to go ahead and drive pipes, even get within 8 yards, and then roll out and reset their offense.
Bukanovich again, he runs into some contact. And the Baz is intercepted. That one telegraphed right there.
A good double team right there, and then Harry Previs with a nice lift check. The ball just floated right into Roddy Heller's stick.
Kid slipped inside.
Virginia looking to clear. No problem there. They'll move it up to the attack. Around the cage, Van Arsdale.
So now you've got the starting group of Van Arsdale, O'Reilly, and Conkerton on attack.
Conkerton on the wing. No feedback to Van Arsdale behind the cage. A little slip move by Owen, but it doesn't fool Rosenberg, who's right there.
You know, Rosenberg with 6 saves. Basically 20 minutes.
He's going to go all the way in and finally dish it off after he almost went crease to crease there.
Well, now that Vermont's going to have to obviously pull the ball out and wait for him to make the 75-yard run back to his crease.
More like a jog after the sprint on the way down.
Yeah, a lot of teams will let the goalie carry. That's the risk reward. If the goalie gets all the way down there, the ball gets on the ground. Sometimes goalies get that close, they'll say, "I'm going to shoot it if I get this close to the goal." And Rosenberg made the right decision, gave it to his attack, and slowed the game down.
They'll feed it around to Jaeger. Already a goal in the game.
Chris LaPierre now in defense. So again, players we were concerned about early are all now in the game.
Patrick Clark now. Jaeger. Back to Clark. They'll feed it around.
He's in.
LaPierre on defense. Got beat, and Vermont makes a pay. Catamounts back up 4-3. Your streaker. Tried to feed that one through traffic. Dangerous pass, but the ground ball taken by Virginia.
Again, because of the zone, trying to make a through pass against the zone. Tough to take away the dodges.
Cocker in the feed. Shot saved by Rosenberg.
Charlie Street from about 15 yards. High shot right to Rosenberg's stick. You saw that one all the way. You want to go ahead and change that plane a little bit coming out of the release.
Street with 2 good looks on the day, but Rosenberg has been there for both of them. Yeah. We stand at 4-3 with 8:44 remaining in the second quarter. Horvath on the ball now
for
Vermont.
They put him back in. When they went up, they put him in. When we went up, they put him back in.
They'll rotate it around with Vukanovich streaking through the middle. Vukanovich on the ball now, defended by Matt White.
Vermont with a lot of that picking action, forcing Virginia to constantly.
That's a new thing for us.
To switch on those picks until they get the matchup they want.
That time McWilliams fighting around on Philly.
Yeah.
Philly will get the ball back now.
They're putting Philly with the top.
Segway
They
defending.
switch them back and forth.
Vermont will look for Horvath. He's going to rip one, and that one's going to bounce over the cage.
We put him down low. We put him up top.
Will be there on the run out.
It's the first time Horvath has really been in a scoring position. He's their leading scorer.
Move inside, shot, that one's going to whistle wide. Vermont there once again. Philly will take it with 7:40 remaining in the second quarter. Matt White defending, and there's a save. Give it to Heller.
Good save by Roddy Heller. The bounce shot again came up a little high, and he was able to follow it into his stick. Gets the ball down to his feet, gets Virginia a possession.
Roddy Heller very solid thus far, facing so many shots, just allowing 4 in as Virginia will move across the restraining line.
Yeah, Vermont is getting, with the offense they're running and the quickness that they're showing off the wing, they're getting good shots, and Roddy's so far played an excellent game, only giving up 4, and they've, like you said, they've had plenty of opportunities.
Is that the starting goal?
Is Heller their top goalie?
Kockerding is going to let one rip, and that one either went off the pipe or off the shoe of Rosenberg.
On the zone, they're not putting any pressure behind the goal, so Van Arsdale essentially is able to stand back there and make feeds. It's just a 6-on-5 at the top, really.
The dodge by O'Reilly. Back out front to the key. Rip shot. Emery's going to bounce wide. Struggle for the ground ball.
Good ride right there on the end line.
Still not out.
Yes!
And it's going to go Vermont's way. So winning a 50-50 battle there are the Catamounts.
Yeah, Ryan Tucker right now. Ryan Tucker had a ground ball opportunity, just like you say, just hip to hip, and it goes off his stick on the scoop.
Clark now will handle for Vermont.
To pressure the ball more?
I don't know. He's pressuring it.
Back to Clark.
Timeout Vermont.
Timeout Vermont. 6:02 remaining in the second. It's 4-3.
As James Snell on attack with Riley and Cochran.
So is Heller their
They're going to
top?
pick up at the end.
Is Heller's
Again,
top
one of the things,
goalie?
of course,
We'll see.
that
You think
Virginia
they're
was so good at
just
attacking
in
zones
right
last
now?
year because you had, Steele Stanwyck at
Is
action.
Heller their top
He
goalie?
was such a double threat between being a great feeder and someone who
sure.
can score goals, and that's just something that this Virginia team is
I know
going to have to
last
adjust to
year
is
was-
finding that X-man who can
That guy
consistently,
that-
run the
So
offense and quarterback the
Canal is
offense
an
from the
attack
X.
guy, right?
Jaeger will rotate it around. Vermont on attack. Contact there in the middle.
Yeah.
Williams chasing. And another rip and a score. Vermont has 2 up the Cavaliers here at 5:43. That one slipped under Heller.
Well, Philly ran right into Bobby Hill into the pick, and what happened was two defenders were on Philly, and Tim Yeager had slipped off again from that backside pick and just stepped in an overhand bounce shot from about 12 yards.
So Vermont frustrating the Cavaliers with their possession. They've actually finished some goals so far, 5 thus far. That's 1 below their season average per game. Marks with a clean win on the face-off there, and he'll dish back to Heller.
Our goalie has run the field twice.
Justin went all the
Rob
way up
Emery
to the
now
line.
is going to lose control of it in Vermont.
Take it down, take it down, take it down!
Turnover. It really is, and that's one thing that plagued Virginia on Friday night. Was
roll and shoot.
Even though they had clear possession advantage with 9 more face-off wins, and those have to be frustrating to Virginia to get the face-off clean, get the ball, and get your clearing group in, and then have a turnover in the middle of the field. So you really can't get your defensive group back in, and you certainly get lose another chance to play offense in a game that you struggled with only 10 shots in the first half and only 5 minutes left to go.
Clark and Yeager rotating in the midfield back and forth.
Where's the? He's a transfer.
We'll try to set him with 4:53.
Where's the sheet? Where's the cheat sheet?
Ticking on the clock. Clark now will rotate around to the key. Then Sedlio defending. Clark.
Go, 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 go!
On to Yeager. Yeager's going to have one. Gets his own rebound and tucks it in. So Heller's there initially, but Tim Yeager gets his own rebound and slots it in.
Are you?
6-3 up on Virginia.
The kind of firepower that they get back, and they've got their really what I consider their strongest first midfield group in White, Tucker, and Emery.
Around the cage they go. Cockton now on the wing. Going to put a dodge on. Looking to rip, and he'll go low to high, and that one's going to whistle over.
Well, that zone there, there's a short stick wing, and that's the matchup that Cockerton likes. He can definitely get underneath that short stick and free his hands.
He can rally down past the White in the middle and give it to him.
Exactly what White. That's exactly what Virginia wanted to do, was to get the group in. That's pretty much with the extra man group right there. They've been a nice look. Emery just go ahead and just throws it inside to Matt White. He is so good inside, particularly against the inside of the zone. He's very comfortable in there. He doesn't panic. He catches the ball and finishes. And that's one of those timeouts where obviously you have to congratulate the coach for coming out with something well organized and positive to get Virginia back to 6-4.
Fluid catch and finish by Matt White there.
Yes!
Violation on Big Park. Virginia would be down for 30 seconds.
And that's tally number 11
possession
for the senior on the year. As Vermont will control. Previous defending Horvath
as they
rotated around the cage.
We don't have the depth that a lot of the teams
Expected to hear a good check by Tanner Scales right there. Technically to pick up the pace on defense, try to press out a little bit more.
Yeah, that's what we don't want to do.
That's a hole. Wasn't that a hole?
Scales fighting for it. The ground ball is going to be picked up by Virginia. 6-on-4. One transition now. Storming through the midfield. Virginia will get it to safety, and they'll look to set up the offense.
And some good playing time for Carl Wildrat. Opportunity to play the defensive end. He gets out on the break and stays in and plays offense.
And then we'll hand off around the cage to O'Reilly. Back to Cockton, looking for the middle. Shot score!
Matt White again on the cut. Same situation.
Matt White grab and fire 2 in a row in the past 2 minutes, and Virginia just like that. Back to within 1.
Well, the one thing about the zone is if the zone doesn't get set up, usually there's vulnerable places, just like a zone in basketball. There are places sometimes where you cut behind the zone because the zone tips the ball watch and face the ball. And Matt White recognized that and just came right off the shoulder of his defender. Cochran put it right inside to him. And like I said, 2 goals for Matt White inside the Vermont zone.
Easy win, right?
Parks got the jump on the face-off. Ground ball now. And a scrum at the middle of the field. Golfed around.
There's no possession. Why are those guys on?
Yeah, I don't think that.
Vermont with it. Out ahead. Error on the pass.
Get him.
They tangle for it, and Virginia going to have possession.
Good pressure on the ride right there. Now we've got a flag. Not quite sure what the flag is. We got a slash, looks like, on he called it on Blake Riley. Not quite sure what.
See, when he
what
was
the call
going for
was.
that ball, he shouldn't have gone for the goal with the goalie because the goalie wanted him to do that.
Timeout will be taken.
And it looked like it was away from the ball. I'm not quite sure because the ball was rolling toward the end line and Roddy somewhat passive and just play inside their zones, or whether they decide to go ahead and play pressure.
I'm being over pressure.
Vermont circling around to Horvath. We'll go back to the top of the key. To Clark. Back to Clark. On to Horvath. Feet inside. That one's going to whistle wide. Previs will chase it for Vermont. Still with it. Horvath.
Oh, what a
Another
shot!
Marino got a little stick on it.
Great save.
Possession for the Cavs.
Conor McNamara with a spinning shot. Unbelievable save on the crease.
Usually needs a little bit of warm up, and he just got a couple shots during that timeout break, and he comes up with a big save on a man down.
So Virginia trailing by 1 at 1:26.
With still another timeout, would be interesting to see if Virginia goes ahead, decides to use it, or wait for the penalty to go up and attack Vermont. And now it's totally penalty killed.
Matt White on the ball, over to Owen Van Arsdale. We'll swing it around, back to the top. Shot there, whistles wide by Ryan Tucker. He had a good look.
Coming in out of the box.
There to back it up. Tucker now. On to Emery.
Vermont staying in the zone. Got 55 seconds left.
Emery will flick it on. Van Arsdale back around the cage.
Good deflection.
Get it back.
Off Ryan
Crossway. A turnover by Virginia on the errant pass.
Quick start, quick
Van
start.
Arsdale looking for Ryan Tucker there, and Vermont will have it with 42 seconds remaining in this first half.
Just hold it.
Virginia trying to throw the skip pass, and
Go!
That's a tough pass to handle. It's almost had to be a shot.
Come on, Jay!
To get it through the zone defense, and it was not completed. Virginia, of course, he missed an opportunity to take the last shot of the quarter and probably get a timeout and set something up.
Patrick Clark wheeling through midfield. He's going to dish it off. And Vermont will try to set something up with 15 left on the clock. Horvath now. Defended by Previs. They'll swing it back around. Dan Seglio.
Nice defense right there by Greg.
The dish inside the Horvath.
Good opportunity.
He's going to get it as the clock winds down to 0. That is the end of the first half.
They used on Friday night against Syracuse. They played zone. They took away the power dodges of Embry and Tucker and Street from the top. And for Virginia to have to play more of a passive style offense, pass first instead of dodge first.
They'll go to the V and the face-off, and we're underway in the second half. It'll be
Good job.
Emery scooping it up off the ground one-handed, and he'll move it up into the offensive end.
I expect to see Virginia play with a lot of energy at both ends of the field and play more full speed. They didn't seem to
Matt
play
White now at the key to Emery.
Didn't seem to be playing as fast or have as be quick in their step as I'm sure the coaches wanted to see them play.
Van Arsdale will rotate it around to Cockerton.
Vermont going to stay with the zone.
Back to Emery to Ryan Tucker now.
Not much pressure behind, but Vermont, they're going to want to go ahead and take away that inside. Again, Matt White, very dangerous inside against that zone.
Just lurking right in the heart of that defense as Van Arsdale will flip to Cockerton. He's going to lock and load, and that one's going to whistle wide.
Yes!
Vermont is going to get there on the run out. Matt White does not like the call.
Well, again, the shot
Matt White to go home. Stop whining.
Matt White wasn't as low as the Vermont defender.
No, he's whining about the call on the shot.
And so he's closest to the ball when it went out, even though it looked like Matt White was closest to the end line. It's where the ball goes out in relationship to the players on the field.
So Vermont will control its Capone in the back. Risky pass. Vermont got away with one right there. Still not out of danger.
Good pressure by Ryan Tucker.
Ryan Tucker all over the shoulder as Vermont.
Oh, come on.
One, and that's going to be a turnover, ball back to Virginia. So good pressure there from Tucker.
Yeah, Vermont looking for the foul. A lot of one-handed wrap checks by Tucker, but as long as he's not either putting his hand on him or he's getting stick and cutting across the face, it's a good check, and he forces a bad pass by Vermont and takes away their first possession of the third quarter.
And of note, Dan Marino starting in goal right now for the Cavs.
Again, good effort by Roddy Heller.
Van Arsdale. Onto Emery to Tucker. Cochran will go cross over to O'Reilly, trying to find his way in. He'll kick it back to the top of the key. As Emery thought about unleashing his cannon,
I'm sure
he'll tuck it back.
I'm sure Vermont was told to maybe tighten up inside with the two Matt White goals. And again, the tighter you are inside the zone, the better the outside opportunities.
Emery now with the dodge. He'll cradle it back around. White will control now at 12:42 remaining in this third quarter.
Virginia needs to possess the ball much like Vermont did and force that defense to have to use their legs and wear them down a little bit. Virginia had possession. Now there is a 30-second stall call.
Van Arsdale will rotate it around to Nick O'Reilly. Van Arsdale looking to feed that crease. He'll give it. The shot's going to whistle wide. Concrete was there.
Don't think that hit either the goalie. Certainly didn't hit the goal. So again, I imagine the count would still be on.
Van Arsdale now looking to feed again.
Yep.
Ball is stripped.
Get it!
On the field.
What?
So even though Van Arsdale got the ball taken away from him, the ball stayed on the ground, he was able to draw a foul. So Virginia will get their first man-up opportunity.
Wow, this is not good.
Cavaliers will look to capitalize down 5-6 right now, 12:01 remaining. A little bit of balance in the step coming out of halftime, Doug.
Yeah, well, Ryan Tucker forces the turnover on good pressure the first time Vermont gets across the midline, and again, seems to be more energy coming from the Virginia offense.
The whistle blows, and we're back in play now, as Van Arsdale will take it to the top of the key. Rotates around to Ryan Tucker.
Yeah, look for a shot for Matt White inside or Rob Emery on the stepping in from the outside.
Matt White behind the cage. Tucker on to Cochran.
Still has it.
Fakes now, he'll give it off. Matt White the dish.
Henry's
O'Reilly back out top. Tucker thought about locking and loading. He dishes to Matt White with Matt White. Couldn't handle it.
That was the look right there. Ryan may have handcuffed Matt a little bit. I think he thought Ryan maybe would have pulled the trigger. Instead, he dumped it inside, and Matt wasn't able to handle it.
Virginia in hot pursuit over on the sidelines, and they're going to be rewarded with the ball. Cavaliers moving back across the timeline.
Yeah, Virginia still man up, so they forced a turnover. Riding really
Doesn't matter. You can throw
with 6 against 5, and they turn it over to get a quick restart on the sideline. Virginia still has a little bit of time, 2 seconds left on the foul.
Emery will circle it around now. Van Arsdale onto O'Reilly. Cochran streaking through the middle. Van Arsdale's going to have a go. And that one's going to be deflected out. Virginia there on the run-up at 10:53.
Yeah, trying to recover into the zone out of the man down. Usually there's a gap that isn't covered.
They had somebody different in there instead of...
Out to Emery. Rotated around.
Who's that number 9?
Van Arsdale back to
I don't
O'Reilly.
know who that is.
To Emery.
And there's
Now
number 4
Cochran.
over there.
He'll take a dodge back to Emery. He'll lock one. And it rips high and over, but Owen Van Arsdale is there to back it up. Back inbound at the save made by Rosenberg. He's stoned Cochran on that one.
Again, the shot that they got was the one they wanted to get, but unfortunately Cochran really wasn't able to put it into place. So Rosenberg held his pipe and was able to catch it clean, give Vermont their first possession in almost 5 minutes into the quarter.
5 minutes into
Again, expect Virginia to come out and apply more pressure.
It's been a good showing on the day for number 25 in the crease, Justin Rosenberg, who's performed well thus far, as his team holds the 6-5 advantage in Vermont. We'll look to get their first legitimate offensive possession going.
Yeah, we'll see what Virginia does with this pick and pop play they like to run, see whether they'll step up and, again, play on top of those picks and try to go ahead and take away the roll dodge.
Ball passed out to Philly. He's already got a goal on the day. Thomas Martin will dish it back off.
And a lot of pressure
right back.
Yeah, a lot of pressure on those short sticks. A quick call on the stall.
They just called a
Martin
stall?
now.
No.
Yeah, I think they did.
And that's the thing about the stall warning, is trying to get some consistency from crew to crew.
Yeah, that's the call.
Back around the cage.
Fire that! You need it!
You're playing some good defense here. Philly on the ball now. We'll dish it back to Martin.
Philly doesn't cut in.
Stall call still on. Now we're in the inside 10 seconds.
Ticking out.
No shot.
Okay,
No
Make
shot.
something happen.
Right, see,
They're going to have to give it up.
official in front of us giving the physical.
Good shot.
Now we got a slash.
Flag on the play.
Yes! Yes!
Confusion there. Virginia let the man right on the crease. Vermont moves up 7-5 there with a flag on the play.
That was Graham Horvath's first goal of the game, their leading scorer. And again, looked like the backside was open. Now Virginia will still be playing a man down, looks like it. Let's see.
Horvath with the goal, that's his 9th on the year. And it comes at 8:49 here in the third quarter.
It must have been a technical foul because Virginia was not playing a man down. Must have been a hold or a push because Virginia has her full complement.
Mascara and Parks in the middle, and Mascara's going to win this one. Pick up the ground ball, and here he comes in transition. Feeds to Horvath. Back around Vermont, looking for more here at 8:40.
Vermont had a chance to pull the trigger there, but obviously the philosophy they want to play offense with is they were willing to give up the 12 to 15 yard shot from the top to get their offensive people on and keep possession and keep the clock running at their end. Now they're going to run their second midfield group.
Augie Remian with the ball. Push around, back out to Philly. Back to Remian to Philly. Scott Williams defending. Patrick Clark on the ball. Push it back to Remian. 7:45 on the clock. Vermont leads 7-5 here in this third quarter.
And again, the stall call is on.
I thought he missed through that. It was weird in the video.
The pick, and Vermont will rotate around it.
We need the shot. Come on.
Taking a short stick behind.
Trying to feed the crease. Ground ball, and Virginia's going to come away with it until
You got a loose ball push on Vermont.
No! Lousy call!
Blake Riley winning the ground ball battle as far as getting to it first. Now he's got to clear it, and then he got a flag down.
Riley leveled on that play, but Virginia has possession nevertheless.
So Virginia now
The move ahead was Street.
with the flag down, going to be able again to keep the ball on offense as long as they can continue possession. Even if the ball's on the ground, they allow the play to continue. So you've got Street, Caholen, and now here comes Matt Florence.
Who's this guy?
Van Arsdale. Back out top to Florence. Feed back to Van Arsdale with 6:34 left on the clock. Florence.
You'd like to see Virginia get a goal here because they get a goal and they can still then be, if it's a slash or a personal foul, they can then face off man up.
Keep the man opportunity. The Street will go back around Van Arsdale looking to
We need
feed.
this ball.
Back to Street.
Oh, there's Kane.
It's always temptation to try to throw the tough through pass. Again, you want to make the pass that's most effective and get the ball moving. Now Virginia given the stall warning.
Street with a shot in that one. Stick save by Rosenberg.
Yeah, Rosenberg has impressed me from the waist up. He's done a nice job of seeing shooters, come in, again, waist high to head high. Virginia would be best served to maybe try to put the ball down his feet. He seems to be, very comfortable when he sees the high shot. And again, because he's a little bit taller, he's 6'2", you want to try to make a tall goalie go down and see how quickly he can go down rather than letting him stand tall and save high shots.
The ball will be in Ryan Tucker's stick, and he'll wait for the whistle, and Virginia will get going with their opportunity here. It'll be Van Arsdale moving over to Emory to Conkerton.
Again, Virginia needs to take advantage of these man-up situations. If Vermont's going to continue to play ball control, very important that they score on this possession.
5:50 left. Virginia on the man-up opportunity as Tucker handles. He'll kick it back out.
Go back to the other camera angle.
Emory. Still haven't seen a big rip from it. There's one. That's going to whistle high.
And Vermont has killed the foul.
Virginia's there to back it up, but we're back to even strength for both sides.
Yes!
Matt White gives to Tucker. Back to Cockerton.
That's huge that they
Silent in
didn't
the second
score on that
half.
man up.
Now White on the ball. Ryan Tucker. Back to White. Van Arsdale now. He's going to feed to White.
He's going to go.
Thought about it for a minute.
Why is he so
Kick
far
back behind cage. It's Van Arsdale.
And run a little rotation play on there.
Van Arsdale's going to rip one and give it to him.
Yeah, well, exactly what we talked about is that Owen came straight overhand, right at Rosenberg's feet, and that's again, those kinds of games can be scary, like this one has been today.
And Virginia's coming in with an incredible stat in midweek performances. Since 2001, they've won 31 straight midweek games. Trying to keep that streak alive here against Vermont. 7-7 is your score.
Nice defense all day by Harry Previous on Horvath. He just has the one goal, coming out of an unsettled situation. So that's been an important matchup for Virginia. He's pretty much shut down Graham Horvath, who was their leading scorer coming in.
Also, McWilliams been doing a good job on Philly in the second half. That's been a battle that we've been watching.
Yeah, most of the damage is the goals have come primarily from Yeager, who has had 3 at the half.
Yeager on the ball right now.
I didn't know he was the leading scorer.
Kind of an unorthodox style, kind of lanky, long arm, long legs, but Yeager does a nice little split dodge.
Stall call put on Vermont. Still control behind the cage. Loose ball. Virginia's going to golf it around and pick it up, scoop it around. Marino in control.
Good turnover right there.
I'm sorry, that was
It looks like they've got a little bit of a break.
His foot.
Cavs on the break now. Wheeling around. Cockerton will control. Back out to Matt White. White on to Emory. Still hasn't unleashed from long range today. Still looking for his first goal in the game.
Right now, essentially, you have Virginia's not only their first midfield, their extra man group.
Tucker cutting through the midfield. This is a shot by Cockerton. The whistle's high with 30 seconds remaining in this period.
Hold him.
Emory.
Hold him!
Thought about it, he'll spin back inside. To Emory.
Get on him!
Looking to feed the crease.
13 seconds.
Matt White will have a go, and that one will spin wide. Vermont is there with 10 seconds remaining in this third quarter.
Didn't have backside coverage.
Get a goal.
Vermont closest to the
10
side of
seconds.
the end line on the shot. Going to kill the foul. Going to kill the period with just a long clearing pass.
Whoa, yes!
They're going to have a one to go on.
Get the ball!
There was an opening of daylight for Vermont. 7-7 your score heading into the fourth quarter. We got a good one going on here at Klockner. Midweek action. Bears trying to improve to 5-1 on the year, trying to bounce back from that tough overtime loss up at the
15-3 in the third quarter alone.
Virginia also winning that third quarter in the ground balls category, doubling up Vermont 6-3. 3 saves though from Justin Rosenberg, keeping this game tied right now.
Oh yeah! Push from behind! Come on!
Virginia
You've got to be shitting me!
On the play.
You got a loose ball push. It's going to be on Virginia. It's going to be Vermont ball.
Oh, there you go. There's the call.
Vermont will get possession back with Rosenberg.
Delayed call.
Vermont will get the clear.
Possess.
Across the line they go at 14:33.
James Pinnell now on attack with Van Arsdale and Cockerton. Pinnell, outstanding score coming out of high school. The freshman, whose brother Rob will be here on Saturday. Most people think could be the repeat player of the year, missing a whole year last year with the injury. That'll be quite a battle on Saturday against Cornell. But right now we got all our hands full with a very inspired and very well prepared Vermont team.
The announcer's giving us no love.
Even if there was any kind of thought in these Virginia,
He obviously goes to school in Virginia.
Race right now because they've got a battle on their hands.
Right. Walrath on Yeager,
That's
who's
what they do.
been the high-scoring midfielder. And again, if Carl Walrath can give them some positive minutes on both ends of the field. That would certainly help him, but also help Virginia in the depth department.
Here we'll look to feed the Horvath.
A little bit.
Run away, run away, run away!
Die.
Horvath with the lone stick.
Don't make us.
Now you got a
Penalty
foul.
on the play, and it's going to go against Tanner
That's
Scales.
close and good.
That is not the time to make a stupid pass. Jesus.
Looks like he fouled A.J. Mason, the senior from Ontario. And again, Tanner, to his credit, going out and playing aggressively. Unfortunately, he just got the stick up too high, gets a slash. And, unfortunately, Virginia, that's one thing that you don't want to do is help Vermont out by
Man up!
an up opportunity and giving them a chance to handle
Man up!
pressure in a tie game.
Comes a goal!
One penalty on the day thus far.
Let's go, boys!
This one would be a big one. Vermont, not necessarily a juggernaut on their penalty.
Their offense.
Under 25% on the year.
And again, a lot of movement and not
They hung us.
Horvath will
The guy was making
Not much of a juggernaut!
when he has an opportunity.
Yeah.
Horvath has really been
Right after the announcer said we're not much of a juggernaut.
He got the chance to step in and shoot on man up, and that's exactly what he did. Right-hander from the shooter's wing, just inside the pipe, running that first midfield group pretty much exclusively now, Tucker, White, and Emery.
Have you heard of these things before?
Emery will go behind goal to Owen Van Arsdale. Cockenden looks to feed. Vermont's got it. Coming away from
A
it.
nice feed opportunity, though.
A bit of a
To
force,
Ryan
Turn out,
Tucker
turn
in
out.
pursuit.
a little bit of a force in there, trying to thread the Cockenden, trying to get the ball inside the zone. And again, the one thing the zone does is their job is to knock down passes.
As Cockenden looked to feed, a wall of Vermont sticks came in front. And Vermont goal this time.
You gotta be kidding me!
That's Jaeger!
On the day, I believe.
Coming to
The
that,
Jägermeister!
the rotation from offense to defense.
Oh, he hung the stick out there forever, too!
Look at him.
Nobody slid. Jaeger came in and just
That's the Jägermeister!
yards.
Oh my gosh!
And
You gotta tell Justin now.
7.
How much time
These
left?
faceoffs are now going to start becoming more important for the Cavaliers. They've got plenty of firepower to bounce back and bounce ahead.
Yeah, we do.
Both Vermont goals, one on that was created from a loose ball push, and the other from a turnover at the offensive end. So
Parks will win it and scoop it, and that's a big one.
it really is. Again, Virginia just needs to execute their offense and to do what they did in that third quarter, which is to get the ball inside that zone. Again, as long as there's a lead, Vermont's going to stay with it.
Like you said earlier, this is a Virginia team who's used to playing in these close games, these battles against Hopkins and Syracuse and all the powerhouses. So one thing in their favor, they've been here. They know how to come back. They've done it this far this year.
Yeah, they know how to win a
They'll look with
game.
Ryan Tucker out front and
Oh!
give it to number 3.
That's the third goal now, or the second goal that Virginia has scored on the bounce shot. They've recognized that Rosenberg, he plays a little low in the crease, so the ball, if it gets to his feet, he has a little bit more of a difficult time getting down on the low shot, and so that's a huge goal by Ryan Tucker. Good look by Rob Emery. Again, you're going to give that shot up from the zone anytime that you want to take it, but you want to take it at a time where you have a chance to pick the spot, and that's what Tucker did. Low, hard shot, bounce shot right at the goalie's feet.
It was a composed offensive possession there for the Cavaliers, and they executed.
You got a violation on somebody right now. The official has his hand up. Must have been on Vermont because it's Virginia allowed to scoop the ball and do a play on.
Virginia will control with Marino right in front of this crease. The Cavs will rotate their units in, spin move to the V.
So they must see something in Carl Walrath because they're using him on that face-off wing a lot. He's very fast, and that's obviously a place that he can really contribute. So he can stay in on offense. And now we got the second midfield of Caholen, Streep, and Walrath.
Walrath with extended minutes here in this second half.
Certainly
Are we a man
potential
down?
out of high school.
There's a flag down there, right?
Top players in inside lacrosse in his senior year, and the Haverford
so
team
there was a
the
call.
national championship high school team.
He's gonna shoot!
Fennell.
Van Arsdale will look for Cockenden. Low to high rip, and that one's going to sail
I wish they
over
didn't.
the cage.
Yeah, Mark just a
No,
little
the
off
camera
today.
got,
Van
the
Arsdale
camera got
will
moves
restart.
around too much.
Looking back in Cockeden's direction.
He should
this
realize
time.
what people are watching.
Go back for
this
Pennell. Van Arsdale looking to feed it. Pennell will have a go.
That's a great
You've got a
play.
single man at X. Van Arsdale again because there's no pressure or very limited pressure behind the goal, really Vermont picking up at the back of the goal or goal line extended, Van Arsdale's going to have pretty much a free look. It's just a matter of making sure that his passes get through and he makes a good decision coming off the X.
Cockerton. To Streep. Back to Pinnell. He's going to turn inside, have a go! Give it to him!
And he recognized that he had the short stick match off the wing. That's where the zone is vulnerable. If you can get a wing dive, backer can't get there. It's exactly what James Pinnell did. A good recognition on his part. Really nice placement. Off stick side hit by Rosenberg. That's the toughest one for the goalie to make a save. And again, Virginia responds with 2 goals to tie it at 9-9.
The defenseman was like separated out.
Really quick for the Cavs, and it's 9-9, just like that. Everything knotted up again.
Loose ball push on Virginia.
Put his hand on it.
Yeah, it's on back.
Call is made. Vermont will get it. Virginia. They're taking his last 2 very important face-offs. 9:47. Everything back, all even now.
One thing about the face-off rule this year, it used to pass when he violated or had a quick whistle that the player would have to run off the field. Now, of course, violation on the third with a penalty, the face-off man doesn't have to run off. A lot of the times he will, because he will just mirror the face-off man from the other team. But the face-off man, if he violates, no longer has to leave the field to give a 6-on-5.
Martin now on the ball. He'll dish it off. And Yeager with 4 on the day.
Is this the first time it's been tied?
The big man for Vermont.
No, it was tied
Their 2 leading
before.
goal scorers coming into the day. Horvath and Philly have been fairly quiet in the second half. Virginia defense doing a good job containing them.
Come on. Poke one in the
played an outstanding program at Summit.
Go, go, go!
The top team in New Jersey the last couple of years. And again, he's got kind of a funny style. He's got pretty thin legs and long arms, and he's got an unorthodox dodging style, but it's very effective. He's very comfortable handling the ball both behind the goal and up top.
His disc.
But he got a string of dodges just a second ago.
Why do they just call him funny looking? So much for bullying.
Just put 3 months.
Stall warning around.
Stall warning is on.
I think 4, actually.
There's a stall warning there. We need the shot!
No, we just need a shot. Just shoot it.
Begin towards the goal and take a shot. That's going to go. Virginia is going to back that up.
Gotta back it up.
Shot, and Dan Marino recognized he was closest to the end line, took off, and got Virginia the possession. That's really important for a goalie to do that. And again, goalies no longer allowed to be back in the goal, so you always take the risk running out. But Dan made the right decision to get Virginia an important possession with 8 minutes to go.
Good work on the clear by Bobby Hill, putting on some moves, and Virginia will cross the line, looking to take their first lead since way back in the first half.
Did he just say they're going?
Rotating around with Cockerton, looking to feed. Back to Emery.
There's a
From the
shot.
way, going to be Pinnell will have another go. And that one swallowed up by Rosenberg.
Yeah, Rosenberg was ready. He saw the first one go by that Pinnell took, and he recognized that the shot was in the same placement. He was on top of it.
Go Ahmed.
Matt White tangling in midfield now. Vermont trying to move into the offensive end, and a flag's going to come. Delayed call coming on Virginia.
Yeah, you really don't need to foul in that situation. The player's between the lines, and again, Matt, a little over the aggressive, hits the Vermont player on the back of the head in a situation where he just really didn't need to make the takeaway check.
Richard Clark will spin towards goal.
Vermont again, they're going to get the ball regardless. So even if they get the stall call, they are still going to be man up. So they're going to probably use some clock. Maybe if they get the
Clark will look to feed. That one's cut off by McWilliams, and Virginia will wrap up possession, and the whistle comes. Man-up advantage on the way for Vermont at 7:01 in this fourth quarter.
The last time Vermont was able to score on their man-up, Graham Horvath was their finisher.
Shots now heavily in Virginia's favor after this third quarter and into the fourth. 35-25 is what we're reading off the scoreboard right now. As Vermont will circle it around counterclockwise. Horvath on the ball. Man-up advantage here for the Catamounts. Horvath is going to have a go. Low shot, and that's stifled.
Did you see that?
By Dan Marino.
Yeah, the little fake flip play, and again, what Vermont wants you to make to think the guy, they cross over, and one player will fake a flip, and the other player will come out giving the shot fake, trying to get the defense to go with the shot fake, and Horvath took it, and Virginia was
Got
able
that
to block
shot.
it before it gets there. They get the possession.
The rebound
Again,
came
they have
out
an opportunity
weird.
to kill the man down. They still got about 25 seconds to kill.
Emery slides through to Vermont Middies on the way up to the offensive end.
Again, Virginia still has 2 timeouts. Virginia does a great job of preserving and using timeouts in the fourth quarter. That's something that Coach Starkson does very well. So they're in a position to go ahead and
Because
give 2
they
setups.
slip behind us and they goal.
Ryan Tucker
They're
moving back
man
to center.
down still.
And it will be Rob and Emery.
We shouldn't
The
try
foul,
to steal
the
from
foul has been killed. 1 second. So Virginia playing all even.
There's only like 15, 20 seconds left in the foul anyways.
Matt White now back into it. He dishes back to the Californian.
Again, staying with Van Arsdale, Cockerton, Pinnell, and then with Tucker, Emery, and Matt White on midfield.
Van Arsdale cradling. Will swing it around.
Inside up top.
Front. Rob Emery is going to have a rip in that one.
All the time.
Goes wide and out, and O'Reilly will get right on it.
Yeah, and they got O'Reilly back at X. They got O'Reilly back at X. You've got
They skip past
Tucker
that.
playing inside with Matt White.
That's the right
Kind of a
decision.
Yeah,
1-4 set.
absolutely.
Great jukes. They'll dish it off to Ryan Tucker, and Tucker gives Virginia the lead at 10-9.
Tucker just buried that one, Luke. He just stepped in and all stick side high, upper right-hand corner. Just a great shot by Ryan Tucker coming off that shooter's wing. And again, you know, you can get those shots against his own, but you've got to go ahead and finish them. And that was just an unstoppable ball by Tucker right off of Rosenberg's shoulder.
They've had to fight for it, but Virginia back out in front at 5:26. Ryan Tucker with his second goal of this half.
So the face-off is really key to keep possession.
Yes.
Mascara coming away from the pile. He'll dish on Vermont now in transition with an opportunity. It'll be Thomas Martin. .506 remaining. Virginia with the lead. 10-9 after the Ryan Tucker blast.
And the officials have been quick in this game to go ahead and put on the 30-second stall. I'll be curious with the team that's behind whether or not they will push Vermont into a situation where they're going to have to go to the goal, or whether they'll allow them to move the ball and use the clock.
Horvath
Take it.
looked at the center. Billy with the shot.
Yes!
Billy
We
gets
got a
it
goal!
Just like that. We're back at 10-10.
Good, Drew.
And I'll give Vermont credit. They recognized they had a short stick matchup, and Philly, along with Horvath and Yeager, are their 3 top offensive players, and Philly was able to slip underneath and shoot the ball overhand left-handed right off the hip of Dan Marino. Again, you feel like Virginia's in a situation where they can pull away or go ahead and establish, control, and then Vermont makes a play.
Horvath getting the assist on that one.
Oh, we get the face off again!
Vermont
I'm sorry.
whistle on the play.
Now we have
That's with possession.
looks like a hold on Virginia. I'm not sure whether it's
Oh, he's
time served
hurt.
or whether it's
Damn.
loose.
Damn.
Now the Vermont player down. That's a big change from Muscaro for Vermont. And again, in a game like this, that face-off, like we said, was going to be big, and Virginia won it.
We are under 4 minutes right now. Virginia with possession. They're in control. They have the lead. Van Arsdale.
Vermont staying in the zone, only down a goal.
Ryan Tucker now on the Cockerton.
This is where the new rules change. If it was a one-goal game and there was no 30-second clock, they'd probably have to come out and play man-to-man.
Whip it around Van Arsdale.
Yeah, hurt.
Back out front. Remery's going to have a shot, and that's deflected. That's saved by Justin Rosenberg, but Virginia's there to back it up with 3:21 remaining.
Nice save by Rosenberg there.
O'Reilly looking to feed out front. A rip. And another save by Rosenberg. He put a wall in front of the Ryan Tucker shot, and he'll whip one back into midfield. Vermont will gather.
Nice ride right there by O'Reilly and Tanner Scales.
O'Reilly and Scares on the defense there. That's a turnover caused by Virginia. They'll have it back at 2:56, leading 11-10.
Of course, for Virginia, Tanner Scales got a stick checked out, and it got on the offensive side of the midline, and he was not able to get over it. Good recognition by Ryan Tucker.
Yeah.
They switched at the box and got his stick back to him. So kind of an odd situation, but Scales had gone to get a stick. It would have been offsides Virginia. They'd have lost the ball.
Ryan Tucker now will rotate it back to Van Arsdale. Van Arsdale looking to feed.
2:20.
Back out to Emery with an opening. Hard pass to the back of the crease. Van Arsdale controls. Conkerton now. Flip to Emery. Back to Conkerton. Skip from Van Arsdale, and Hill was a shot high.
You gotta continue to press the goal. On one goal lead,
goalie touched it.
You don't want to get down to it. You're inside 10 seconds and have to take a bad shot. So you want to continue to press to the goal and take the best shot.
Van Arsdale looking to feed. Conkerton's going to go ISO. Wheeling inside. He'll take the low to high shot, and that one goes over once again. 2 minutes remaining right now. Virginia leads 11 to 10. It's been a hard-fought struggle, midweek action here from Klockner.
Again, when is Vermont going to come out of the zone? Don't expect Virginia to call a timeout as long as they can continue to possess the ball.
Conkerton now to Emery. Had trouble handling it, but he'll pick it back up. Van Arsdale now. Back out front to Emery. He'll have a go. Give it to him. 12-10 Virginia. Finally creates a little bit of a cushion with 1:31 remaining in this game.
Nice skip pass through by Van Arsdale to Emery. And again, Rob recognizing, the strength of the goaltender was high in the first half. He's bounced 2 at his feet and gotten goals out of it, and that's a huge goal. And again, because of the face-off situation, it looks like, hopefully Mick Parks will have the advantage.
These are the moments that you build up to heading into Memorial Day weekend. It's so far away.
He told me to the other day.
But performing in the clutch, Virginia's done that here late. And that's what separates them from Vermont right now. The face-off, whistle on the play.
Violation on Virginia. That certainly helps Vermont.
Vermont will get a badly needed possession down to with 1:28 to play.
Put one in. Let's tie it up. Come on.
Catamounts on the ball now. They'll rotate it out to Thomas Martin.
There's only a minute left. Minute 10.
Now we got a
Whistle on the play.
Timeout Vermont.
Timeout Vermont. 1:11 remaining on the clock. Virginia leads 12 to 10. Off the goal from Rob Emery. Giving Virginia the 2-goal cushion the first time they've had a 2-goal lead since they went up 2-0.
Luke, it's hard to believe that at halftime the Virginia had 15 shots and now they're up to 43. It's just a huge turnaround. Again, that's partly the zone, but partly that's just good execution on Virginia's offense to be able to get the kind of shots they want to take. You'd like to see a little more on the cage, but certainly that second half offense has really picked up.
The announcer finally dissed them. He said, I would like to see more of those on the cage, though.
Teams will huddle up. Just over a minute to play. Vermont with possession, though, so this one far from over.
Yeah, what will be interesting, Luke, will be to see if Virginia comes out of zone. We've seen Virginia do a lot of zone. They played a good bit of zone on Friday night against Syracuse, and it was effective. Coming out of a timeout, Virginia tends to like to play zone. Of course, with a minute and 11 seconds, you want to make Vermont use as much time as possible with only one possession probably left for them in the game. So you wouldn't be surprised if Virginia comes out and shows some of their zone look.
Virginia will trot back out to the playing surface. 1:11 once again remaining in this contest. Virginia looking to improve to 5-1 on the season. Looking to bounce back like they've always done over the Dom Starsia era after a loss.
And Virginia showing zone. Looks like with Tanner Otbright at the top, yes, Virginia will be in the zone. Not going to chase.
Vermont. Martin will rotate it around. Horvath checking to the middle. Back to Martin. Clark on the ball now. He'll dish it out.
Good defense by Bobby Hill.
Martin now, he's going to have a go. And the scoop up vacuum by Dan Marino. That was a big save. 38 seconds remaining. And the Cavs can sense it here.
Virginia forced him to an outside shot. Marino was in the right spot, makes the clean save, the clean catch, and Virginia's going to run out of the clock with 28 seconds to go.
So the Cavaliers prevail. It was not easy. But the big goal, once again, coming from the long stick, Greg Danseglio, with a great run reminiscent of Ken Clausen back in 2010, as he did so many times. There's 12 ticks on the clock, and Virginia will head into this weekend with the momentum of the win. 4, 3, 2, 1. 12-10 is your final from Klockner. The Cavaliers escape. It was a big test, but they defeat Vermont and move to 5-1 on the season. Doug, your final thoughts on the game?
Well, I got to give a lot of credit to Vermont and the way they played and the way they prepared. They certainly did some good things on offense. Rosenberg played very well on the goal. Mascaro getting hurt may have hurt them at the end when they needed to win some faceoffs. But give Virginia some credit for gutting out a tough win against a well-prepared and well-coached team. And as I said before, this is a young Virginia team. We talked about only 3 seniors that really are in that starting group, and so this helps them